First and foremost, I want to thank you, Chairman, and all members of the committee for allowing me to testify this evening. My name is Michael Paiva. I'm the Scituate Town Council Vice President. And I just want to put a few things on record. First and foremost, the town of Scituate does not or is not against this sale of the public water system. However, it needs to be comprehensive. H8 123 removes the PUC, as Mr. Crocucci stated, and gives them a 5-year stabilized rate period. But after that, the purchaser can raise the rates to recover his losses. And in the bill, it specifically, rent is not specifically spelled out as a loss in this bill. So with that said, they're going to be raising the rates drastically to recoup some of the money that they spent to purchase this. H8123 essentially appears to create an opportunity for the land lease agreement between the City of Providence and the purchaser of the public water system. If this is intentionally being done, it may be to avoid increased taxes on the properties and possible issues that may arise due to the eminent domain taking of large portions of the land.
Right there? Okay. I can get it.
As was stated earlier, there's a lot of uncertainty regarding the deeds. There's multiple deeds from all the land that was obtained from 1915. So with that said, there is, and I've heard this stipulation that if anything under 100 years, and the Water Supply Board's been in effect for 103 years, so anything before 100 years would have to go back to the heirs or their families. Anything after 100 years, which we're now in the 103rd year, the land would go to the town of Scituate. So I have great concern on if this is specified even in one deed, how can they sell the Providence water supply? And I hate to, I guess you would say, argue or contradict the mayor, but in his opening statement, he said the pension system is only at 30% funded, and it's in critical state. And then further in his testimony, he stated that the monies that would be used would be going directly into the pension system. And later in his testimony, he said this is not a bailout. So what is it then? If you're taking the money and you're putting it into the pension system, to me, that's clearly a bailout. And I don't think that the taxpayers of the town of Scituate should be held accountable for their pension liabilities. The people of Scituate have suffered. When the land was taken by eminent domain back in 1915, many families and many individuals committed suicide over this. And there's still a lot of families that exist in town and are still extremely upset about this. So, you know, my biggest concern is it seems like every time something comes up with the Water Authority, the town of Scituate has no, we're not included in it whatsoever. And they wanted to do a regionalization, and I testified against that last year, which it was held for further study. The mayor clearly stated that he would include us, but he never did. And I had put that on record. Again, not to throw him under the bus, but the bottom line is not only should Scituate have 1 seat if it was a regionalization, it should have 2 or maybe 3 seats. We're the host community. Our residents have paid the price. And if this is sold to a private entity and we do not or unable to get the taxes, which they're currently paying $6.3 million, 20% of our tax base, what would that do to the resident owner in the town of Scituate? Is their taxes going to go from $4,000 to $14,000 a year because we're not getting taxes from the Water Authority? So now everybody's going to have to sell their house or lose their house. Again, Scituate, it seems to me that we're never included in the process. We're not mentioned anywhere. And I'm asking that this be held for further study. I oppose it in its current state. And I'm asking that whenever it moves forward, we need to be brought to the table and included as a community. I had a lot more to go on record with, but again, I'll try to cut it short because I know you have a lot of people that testify. So I appreciate it, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee.
Well, Councilman, I apologize. I didn't recognize that you had signed up as Vice President of Council. Welcome to the House Committee of Finance, and
Thank you.
certainly your words I'll listen to by this committee.
Thank you.